Last week, I told you to sit guys like Breece Hall and T. Higgins, and I also told you to start guys like George Pickens. So here are the players you need to start and sit heading into week 4. First up, start Jordan Addison. He returns from suspension this week, and he absolutely needs to be in your lineup against the Steelers defense that has surprisingly been awful versus the pass, specifically containing the long ball. Addison should see a few of those with Carson Wentz under center. On the other side of this game, DK Metcalf is best off on your bench. Minnesota handles perimeter receivers very well. They've held DJ Moore, Drake London, and even Jamar Chase to less than 10 points so far this year. DK's just too much of a toss-up this week. Moving forward, make sure you're starting Nick Chubb this week. I know this Houston rushing offense has been terrible this year, but Chubb himself really hasn't been that bad, and he gets a Titans unit that ranks bottom 10 in both EPA per rush allowed and rushing success rate allowed, all while being a 7.5 point favorite in this one. Next up, make sure you're sitting David Montgomery in week 4. I know this is going to be a tough sit after a 2-touchdown performance, but this Browns unit is a different beast. They're holding teams to less than 2.5 rushing yards per play this year, and Montgomery really has little to no receiving upside. My last must start for this week is Trey Tucker. So if you picked him up off waivers this week, it's a great time to put him into your lineup, as Chicago has been terrible versus the pass, but specifically versus the deep ball. They're missing their top corner as well, and Tucker's been targeted a ton downfield, so we're going to expect Geno to look his way a few more times this week. Now, before I give you guys my last player, there's a Kyler Murray half-a-yard special on both Underdog and Sleeper for Thursday Night Football tomorrow, but you only unlock this special when you join with code FTP. We had this last player on our sit list last week, and he finds himself in an almost identical situation here in week 4 with a backup quarterback against a defense that's going to throw a lot at him. This is all going to make a secondary receiving option very volatile, so go ahead and leave T. Higgins on your bench in week 4.